Hello Explorer, thanks for joining us and welcome back to our channel. If you are joining us for the first time here at Explorer, we go beyond borders to bring you inspiring content and also some very educating information. Hopefully you had some time to review our previous videos. If you haven't done so, we will encourage you to do so. Today we shall be shining our light onto the country, the Gambia. For those of you who don't know the Gambia, we'll be able to explain to you where this country has been and where they are heading to. Also, we shall shine our light with regards to its economy, its people, and to provide you with a clear picture on the other side of the Gambia as never seen before. Without any delay, we should just go straight into it. The Gambia, for those of you who don't know, is a country in Western Africa situated on the Atlantic coast and surrounded by neighbouring country of Senegal. It occupies a long narrow strip of land that surrounds the Gambian River. The land is flat and is dominated by the river, which is navigable throughout the length of the country. Moving forward, the peculiar shape and size of the country are the result of territorial compromises made during the 19th century by Great Britain, which controlled the lower Gambian River, and also France, which ruled the neighbouring colony of Senegal. Periodic talks in the 20th century to unite the Gambia and Senegal led to the short-lived Senegambia confederation of 1982 to 1989. The Gambia is Africa's smallest non-island country. It is also one of Africa's most densely populated country. A few towns are located upriver, but most Gambians live in rural villages. The major ethnic groups are similar to those in Senegal and consist of the majority of Malinke, and also include the Wolof, the Fulani, the Fulbe, the Diola, you can call them the Jola, and also the Soninke people. The Gambian economy is heavily dependent on peanuts, that's groundnut production, and also is one of its major exports. The country is known for its beaches alongside small Atlantic coastline and for being as well as the home for the Jafuru Jufere, the reputed central village of Kunta Kinte, the main character in Alex Haley's well-known novel The Roots. The capital Banjul, which was formerly called Batost until 1973, is situated where the Gambian River flows into the Atlantic Ocean. If you are new to our channel, we will encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. Looking at the Gambian in its land, the Gambia is a strip of land that's 15 to 30 miles, you can say that 25 to 50 kilometers wide on either side of the Gambian River, and extends almost 300 miles, just 480 kilometers, into the interior. Except for a short and coastline along the Atlantic Ocean, it is entirely surrounded by Senegal. With regards to the entire nation, the Gambia has been very flexible in terms of its operation and the way it's moving forward compared to the way it were a couple of years ago. The soil and climate are very intense, so to say. The Gambian has a wet and dry tropical climate characterized by an intense raining season occurring generally between June and October, and by the longer dry season as well. Near the coastline, the raining season lasts longer and the rainfall is heavier, diminishing eastward. At Yundu, the average annual rainfall is about 50 inches, that's just 1,300 millimeters of rain, and the mean monthly temperature tends to be at upper 70 feet. While the Bassi Santa is about 250 miles, it is an interesting rate for you to understand where it is the best time to also visit this nation. With regards to the people and the ethnic groups that made up the Gambia, the river basin, so to say, was a focal point for migrant groups of people escaping the tumults of Western Sudanic War dating back to the 12th century. The Diallo are the people most resident in the country. They are now located most in Western Gambia. The largest group is the Malinke, comprising about 1/3 of the population. The Wolof, who are the dominant group in Senegal, also predominantly in Banjul. the Fulani settled extremely upriver areas, and their kingdom, the Fuladu, became a major power in the late 19th century. The Soninke, an admixed group of people of Maliks and Fulani, are also concentrated in the upper areas of the country. With regards to the language and religion, English is the official language, but most frequently spoken language are generally of the Atlantic beaches and the branch of the Niger-Congo family. Malinke and Wolof constitute the lingua franca of the country, and other languages spoken include the Pula and the Fulbe, you can call them, Diola, and also Soninke. Some Muslim clerics are literate in Arabic. In religion, the population is overwhelmingly Muslim. There are a small number of Christians, predominantly Roman Catholic, and some adhere to traditional beliefs as any other country that do have their own patterns of belief as a nation. With regards to the demography of this amazing African nation, the population growth rates and infant mortality rate in the Gambia are amongst the highest in West Africa. The population is young, with about 2/3 under the age of 30. Life expectancy is comparable to the regional average, but lower than that of other nations of the world. Over the years, conflicts in other Western African countries led to an influx of refugees into the Gambia, most notably those fleeing from fighting in Senegal Kasama area region, as well as those who fled from civil wars in Liberia and also in Sierra Leone. With regards to the economy of the Gambia, we can say that the economy is compressively focused on agriculture, forestry, and fishing. Gambian agriculture can be described as a classic monoculture. Peanuts, groundnuts, you can say, are the most valuable agricultural commodity. Land is cleared by the slash and burns techniques, but farmers practice conservation. Most land is held in commonly by the villagers. There is a sharp division of labor, with men involved in planting, cultivating, and also harvesting cash crops, while women cultivate subsistence crops such as cassava, yams, eggplants, tomatoes, rice, lentils. There are citrus orchards in the western areas near Banjul that are also contributing into the economy. The production of peanuts has increased with the wide range of fertilized industrial farming methods, with different equipments and introducing of better seeds. In order to diversify the economy, the government has encouraged the production of rice. A pilot scheme that began in the 1960s to introduce plantation oil palms production was introduced, but this has led to little impact on the national economy. Stock farming also is another way, and the factors in the Fulani culture has also received government support, but factors such as insufficient animal husbandry techniques has also affected the way and also brought a lot of scarcity for suitable pasture, and water has limited the growth of these particular nations in terms of the agriculture. The drought years of the 1970s and 80s seriously damaged the agricultural production, particularly upriver. The country was not as hit or hard hit as other countries in the region. However, the recovery has been very steady, and also we will say that has been very slow in terms of the general operation. Although the country is a small ocean coastline limited marine fishing, there is some potential for commercial fishing offshore in the rivers. Most Gambians are not fishermen, but those who are have been handicapped by inadequate equipment. The government has offered small loans for purchase of motorized fishing boats and also construction of smoke and huts for processing of the banga, which is a part of kind of a fish there, which is exported to Western African states. With regards to the resources that Gambia offers in the world, the Gambia has very few exploited mineral deposits. Some amounts of clay and gravels have excavated for many years. Foreign investors have been granted licenses to export offshore blocks for potential petroleum and natural gas reserves, but those actions have not yielded any production. If you are new to our channel, we would encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. The Gambian River, of course, holds hydroelectricity potentials, but there are no dams on the rivers within the country's border. Oil is important still to the country's energy needs. Electricity is limited to parts of Banjul and a few interior towns, but sporadic at best, most known to those local areas. Most Gambians do not have access to modern infrastructure, which has been something that has plagued the country. With regards to its manufacturing, just so you know, the most significant industry in the country is peanut processing. The crop is sold to agents of the Gambian Groundnut Corporation that was until 1993 known as the Gambian Produce Marketing Board, which fixed the season's prices in advance, pays the producers in cash, and sells the crop overseas. The agents arrange for transportation of the peanuts to Banjul or Kanto, where the nuts are shelled before being shipped overseas. After shelling, a large part of the crop is presented into oil and processing mill. The residue is used for cattle cake. The construction industry has grown in correlations with the growth of the tourism sector. Smaller industries include the manufacturing of food products, beverages, textile, footwear, and also wood products. Handicraft as well as small-scale large crafts have produced and also increased the production existence in the villages throughout the country. With regards to the financial state of Gambia at the moment, the Central Bank of the Gambia issues national currency. It's called the Diola. There are several private banks in the country as well that has helped to drive its economy. The Gambian previously had relatively low volume of trade for such a small country. In the early 1980s, however, the country had a yearly adverse balance of trade reflecting the losses caused by drought. The trade deficit continued into the 1990s and 2000s. More and more people, easily young men, have migrated to urban areas around Banjul, and this has led to decrease in the peanut production. If you are new to our channel, we will encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. In a nutshell, this is what Gambia has been. Besides peanuts, Gambian also exports include cotton, rice, cattle. In addition to re-exploitation of the constituent things we've just mentioned, there is a huge part of the country's economy that has been propelled by as a result of tourism. Tourism plays a huge part in the country's economy with the advent of the COVID-19 that has really affected this particular nation and is really impacting it so far. As you can see, hopefully that the Gambia can emerge strongly, or hopefully they do not go down after the COVID-19 challenges. With regards to the overall nation, we've painted out a picture of the Gambia. The Gambia is not just about tourism. The country has emerged, is pushing forward with regards to its development and to improve its infrastructure in a whole lot of areas. Thanks for watching. We are looking forward to meeting you in our next episode. We will encourage you to review our entire channel and subscribe to our videos. Again, we are looking forward to meeting you again. Bye-bye.